hear me now? Yes. So I will go through for my little journey of my life, which started in Romania. So it's a journey through food, sustainability, and community impact. I say my name is Gabi Socol, and where it all began. I was born in a village, in a beautiful village in Romania, and close to the Black Sea. The geographical location was ideal for agriculture, especially for ground wheat and corn and beans. Romania was often called for decades the bread basket of Europe, because we export grain across the continent. Growing up there just shaped my deep respect for food, land, and for community. So from our little farm was the lessons of my life. And you can see in the picture, it's my father, bless him, and my little boy. We always as a family, we farm our land, and we produce grain, corn, and beans. We harvest together, we work together. Sometimes we just work and help neighbors, we help each other. That was work in the community. My father and my mom, they keep what we need from our harvest, have enough for next year. And whatever was surplus, we trade. And that, because it was an exchange of grain with apples, with pears, with plums from the north region of Romania, which they didn't have that soil good enough to produce the grain. So every year, in the harvest time, we did the trade. So we have a simple and beautiful system of community and sustainability. That's why nothing was going to be wasted. We preserve all the food for winter. No fertilizing, no chemicals, no preserve. We just use sugar and vinegar, so it was absolutely healthy. And we have during the winter until the next year harvest happened. And that was sustainable and homemade food. And as well, this value I just take with me for life. So how you see in the pictures, we trade corn with apples, we trade beans with plums, and that's why we never, since I was maybe 19, from the market we never buy anything. We have our own food. In the market was only spices, only sugar. In the supermarket, so we have our chickens and we trade the eggs. My neighbors had the cow and we trade the eggs with milk. So I just remember, this is a life story of how we lived 30 years ago. I won't tell you how old I am. So it's from the little farm I went to hospitality. So for more than 25 years, working in Romania as a lawyer and then travel around the world, in Japan and Brazil. Along the way, I studied and I had my business degree in law and certificates that helped me to understand sustainability system, nutrition, healthy eating, and well-being. So that was my passion going through hospitality and food, because as a lawyer, I just find myself, I'm working for money, but not with my heart. So I had to do something and I changed it in hospitality. My work in Sheffield, I came first time in UK and I stayed in Sheffield. As a head of development and training, head chef at Foodworks for more than 8 years. I have as well the legacy. We did a cookbook with Foodworks, which is just about the journey of having sustainable food. There are a lot of recipes. You have a lot of stories if you like to have a look after, and a lot of recipes put together. 8 years work with the volunteers. We did a great job, and we upcycled surplus food, reduce waste, create community around sustainability and nutrition meals. This work was recognized in 2024 with award, with the Environmental Award of Performance. So that was dedicated as well with volunteers, because FoodWorks has more than 300 active volunteers and just a handful of staff. I left FoodWorks in December last year, and I started a new chapter of my life. I founded FoodWorks. I founded Hub for Sheffield, and that is include workshops, activities, cooking demo. It's focused on community inclusion and integration, diversity and culture, nutrition, sustainable cooking, and healthy eating. Actually, skills for life, because at the moment I'm delivering trainings with City Sheffield College for students. There are skills for life, teaching them how to use leftover, gain confidence, and to have independent life. So, as well, in the parallel, as a freelance, I'm doing cooking on a budget with different organizations in Sheffield for vulnerable people, for young kids, teenagers, and why not for adults, because most of them, the cooking is not only to follow a recipe, it's just to try to create yourself and to be creative, and whatever is leftover, you can have a healthy meal. And this is about the education, what I'm trying to do now in partnership with Sustainable Made Simple. We combine practical skills with environmental education. The program will empower people to make healthy and more affordable and sustainable food choices while building stronger local communities. We teach and encourage students to cook homemade meals. We also explore how to reduce waste by using leftover, turning simple ingredients into nutritious meals. Because sustainability starts with the small habits and taking everyday realistic steps for a better future. This is the approach. Since January, I started volunteering with Open Kitchen Social Club, which is an amazing place, and I find myself quickly at home, because I was surrounded all the time with volunteers which they help the community and are there to do something good for other people with needs. We cook from surplus over 200 meals, provided for free weekly for those in need. Food is for well-being as well. It's an education, and it's just the purpose and how we value that food. The impact of Open Kitchen Social Club is they reduce 500 metric tons of surplus, prevents over 2,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions, reduce food poverty in Sheffield, reduce social isolation through sharing meals, and with a lot of activities they are doing between the meals are served. They are having a lot of activities with vulnerable people, and everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter the religion, the beliefs. So it's a very friendly place. They gather people together and they improve the skills, food hygiene, English studies, and it's open for refugees. They support the refugees, asylum seekers, and vulnerable people, just to build an inclusive community. Now, why sustainability matters? Because food is a journey, and it's a journey from land. It's time, it's labor, and resources. Food waste isn't just about we throw away that food. It represents wasted land, wasted water, energy, and the labor used to grow and to produce and transport all that food. UK food waste is over 10 million tons per year. Imagine that filling a Wembley Stadium 9 times over. More than half of that wasted food is still edible. So education is essential, how we educate to use the surplus, or maybe to understand the quality of food, to understand the best before and use by package, that people doesn't look on the day, it just look, oh, it doesn't look that fresh, and they don't give the chance for that food to be transformed. Here is my little personal story, and how I say from farming, I become professional kitchen head chef, head of training, and I have my own restaurant in Brazil. It's food and cooking, it's a well-being time, and now I teach new generation and adults, and I can show, that picture shows my son and how I try to take him with me in this journey by cooking together, understand what, everything about volunteering, why it matters, it's just for well-being, socializing, be active, be around the nice people. So this is my little story, and it's just an impact which I have to say I live by example. Now, this is a scary reality, this map, because according with National Library of Medicine Biotechnology Information, the UK has the highest consumption of ultra-processed food. So just what Ian said before in his slides, it's just a red flag. We have to be aware, and we have to take the change and to have an action. The high consumption of ultra-processed food, it's raising obesity. And the statistics shows 10% of the adults living with type 2 diabetes, and that costs a lot NHS budget. So the consequences can be shown every day. You try to have an appointment and you cannot have it because there are so many people suffering from diverse illness. So that are the consequences of processed food. And what we do about our next generation, how we educate them to use that food and not to choose the ultra-processed food. Find solution for living healthy, cooking session in school, I think it's essential, workshops for adults, and it's important to have visible statistics to inform people in time to take actions, because if we only gather nice people just to have a chat once a year is not enough. So we have to take actions, and I would really like the next event to see head from schools to be around to understand what happened, and then to take their actions with kids at school, to have more doctors which they can come and explain what is the situation if we don't understand how we treat our body. My final message, change starts with action. We cannot just only talk about the change, we must act. Food waste is wasted resources, and reducing can be a benefit for people, for planet, and for our pockets. So food is a culture. We have to act, we have to educate, to build communities, respect the planet, to make sure next generation we will have a future. And now, just because you say about how much beef is consumed nowadays, I would like to ask, do you know how many burgers McDonald's sell per year globally? Anyone have a quote about how many burgers McDonald's sell globally a year? So there are 2.53 billions per year of burgers. Now, my son just come back from US, and he has a very nice trip by car from Miami to Atlanta, from Atlanta, New Jersey, Washington, New York, and he says, Mom, by car, in the field, I didn't see one single cow. This is scary because all the food is processed, all the meat. Where are all the animals? Where are all the farms? Because I grow up in the village and I can see all the time in the field animals. So we just eat what they produce for us using all the antibiotics, and it's just quantity, no quality. This is my message. We have to have more of these sessions. We have to put the red flag, and the next generation, they can have a future. Now I would like to introduce my colleague, Firas. He is a founder of Open Kitchen Social Club, and he can share with you guys a little bit of their wonderful work.
Hi everyone, nice to be here, to be honest with you. And thanks for Gabi to give me this opportunity to introduce Open Kitchen Social Club. We are a charity register. We've been operating, as Gabi mentioned, over 10 years now. We have 3 sessions on Monday at St. Andrew Church, where we feed around 80 people, always free of charge. We have 3-course meal. We have pudding as well, vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free, and meat as well. On Tuesday at City of Sanctuary in Chapel Walk, where it's mainly for refugee and asylum seeker, but we never let anybody away. Everybody will come as well. And on Tuesday we feed around 130 people at least. And the last session is the last Wednesday in every month at a multi-agency in Victoria Hall, where is refugee and asylum seeker can come there to get any support. And our main focus for Open Kitchen is create a community, safe place for everyone to come, have a nice food, and feel belong to the community as well. Where it's a break barrier, we are not a fatal group, not follow any particular politics or charity, everybody welcome, free of charge, and we highly encourage everyone to participate in our session. So not just come and eat and thank you, bye. As much the person would like to be part of our session, we welcome that. On top of that, we do a social part, which is very important for us, to make everybody welcome and just break barriers between community. We have a seaside trip to go most of the time in August, and local choose which seaside we go there. So the last one we went to Scarborough, which we took 2 coaches, 98 people from all different backgrounds, from 9 years old child to 80 years old person. On top of that, we go to big district, we walk as well to take community there. On top of that, we have a session on Monday. We have a partnership with Home English Language where we provide free ASOL class. On top of that, we have partnership with Citizen Advice Bureau. We have digital skills, any kind of opportunity to skills our volunteer, our beneficiary as well. This is mostly what we do, to be honest with you. And sorry, I forgot one thing, last thing. As a funding become issue, everybody may be aware about that. So we raise our own fund by catering for events. So any event, any person have, it could be private, could be like an AGM, wedding, funeral, just anything. The biggest number we cater for in Eden is 400 people. And the lowest number we have to cater is 25 people. So this is our way to generate income to cover the cost for our. By this, providing this catering opportunity skills our volunteer, especially in kind of catering environment, and make them aware it's work time, not like a volunteer time. So they have to be on time, they have to they can use their mobile phone when they cater for event. So we find this very, very important. Thank you very much.
And most important, I would say, the food is for surplus, so this is a sustainable way they cook because we use the surplus food. Thank you.